Yo, welcome to the No Limit Podcast, also known as the No Limit Posse Cast. Because tonight, you're here with two members of the Insane Clown Posse and our honorary first female guest, Mare. Tonight's our Halloween episode. We got a few spooky topics for you, and we have our very own Mortician right here to talk to you about everything dead bodies.
The official Mortician.
You know No Limit always delivers on the holidays, and that's how we're starting off our Halloween season with a conversation with our first female guest and a Mortician.
Sweet. What's up, Mary? How are you?
You got it. I'm doing pretty good, guys.
Let's go.
How are you doing?
Welcome to be here. Thank you for joining us on the new set. Today's our first day on the brand new No Limit set. I hope you guys like it. It took me a lot of time.
You know what I hope you guys like? I hope you guys like the way Any Bull did my makeup, because I haven't even looked in the mirror at it. So whatever it is, I'm going to see it at the same time you see it.
It's great. It's fantastic, Ed.
I'm liking the wig that you brought there.
Yeah, that's a nice
Thank you
wig.
so much. I'm trying my best, to kind
Something
of fit
tells
in
me
here.
that's not the only one you have.
It's not the only one I have. I got a couple for her.
A couple for her? What's her name?
This is Cassandra.
Hold her up.
Hold her up. All right, yeah, she's got one arm.
She's got one
Her
arm.
mask is falling off. Don't judge her. She's a little swasty right now, but
Cassandra is a Jabberwocky in her own right.
in her own right.
A what?
A Jabberwocky.
What the fuck is that?
She's
the
a
dudes who do
lady.
like the weird dance, or they're like
Oh.
pull her neck
Dude, I
off
gotta
and
itch
shit.
my face so bad, and all I can do is like weave tap it.
Little
you know
tap
what I mean?
on it.
Yeah.
I do that all the time anyway.
So we're here tonight with a professional dead body carver, and she's going to tell us all about that. So let's start off with how you got into the profession of being a mortician,
You
and
got it.
what was your calling that brought you there?
First of all, whole life, very scared of death. Held
Really?
my fucking breath past every cemetery. Couldn't even look at pictures of dead people. Completely avoided it.
Hold it
If
up.
anyone asked you, I legitimately would be just like, oh, Mary's like scared of death. Like, and then 2 years ago,
Now
right
you grew
before
up
COVID,
where?
Grew up in Kamai County.
So did you frequent
Shout out.
going past like graveyards and things like that, death places?
Yeah, definitely. Been to a bunch of funerals and stuff like that. Totally fucking hated them. Didn't understand them. And then as of 2 years ago, I started working for this funeral home answering service. Never knew they existed. But every time you really call like an urgent care and things like that, you get an answering service. A lot of people don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that.
When you call a funeral home, you get the same thing because it's like they can't be up all the time. They're out like arm deep in somebody's fucking like chest cavity.
Yeah.
So it's like they can't pick up the phone.
So does the answering service, is that at the funeral home, or is it a whole separate organization, whole separate building?
Whole separate thing. Luckily the one I went to was in Pennsylvania. It was in well, I guess I can't say specifically where because there's only one out there, but
Yeah.
great place to work. And I just got tired of like not being able to answer people's questions. They'd be like what's gonna happen next? Like when's my dad getting picked up? It was really heavy actually.
Yeah, because you're dealing with death and loss. Like that's what your market is. It's
Yeah.
all death and loss. Like it's pretty heavy.
Hardest thing that people honestly cannot come to terms to. I don't
Yeah.
think I know many people who come to terms with death.
Now you said growing up you were scared of death.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you've lost that. Are you no longer scared to die?
Yeah, what
No
was that
longer.
moment? Where did the switch flip?
Weird, right? I know. I even was scared of spiders. I got a pet spider now.
Damn, so
Nothing
you're just
makes
conquering all
sense.
fears.
I really am. I'm going hard. And
Sweet.
I really fell into it. So because of COVID and everything, they needed a lot more people to help out. There weren't a lot of, like, jobs, really. Because it's like all the restaurants were closed. And that's where all my experience was.
Oh, so this is new as of COVID.
Yep. And COVID made it so it was busy. It was really busy.
Ah, of
Everyone's
course.
checking from COVID.
Everyone.
And tell me what we talked about a little bit earlier, a little finding that you had in the pattern of people that you were getting.
Oh, yeah. This is freaky. All right. But they're mostly anti-vaxxers, so think about this.
Oh.
Whole family doesn't
damn.
believe in vaccinations.
That's
you
part
get
of
a
the
mother.
anti-vaxxers. They might be part of the no limit community.
But guess
honestly.
who's dying?
There's a few of them.
A mortician has spoken. That's who's dying.
A mortician
You
said
gotta
the
take my word.
anti-vaxxers are done.
They gotta take my word. All right, like you have your right to do whatever you want to do. All right, no one's gonna take that away from you. But there are natural consequences. Is all I gotta say.
If you don't get your vaccination, Mary will carve you up.
I might carve you
Right.
up. I'll make you look good as hell. But like, you could have done.
You'll be
some-
looking fresh in
Yeah.
that two-piece suit. The casket.
In that coffin.
in that plastic. We put everybody in plastic.
So I want to know, when the bodies come in, they're not wearing their best, their Sunday best. What are they normally looking like when they stroll in through the door?
if they're from a hospital,
Jizz-stained shorts.
we do get just stained shorts.
Yeah,
get- when
when
you
they
die, you
release
excrete
everything,
everything.
jizz
Wait,
comes
when you
with
die,
that.
you jizz?
When you die, all those muscles are relaxed. Everything's coming out. So we see it all.
But
People you know.
so when you die,
But
when you
definitively,
die-
is there cum?
yeah, when you
Is
die,
there go-
yeah.
yeah.
People jizz when they die.
If it depends, because it depends on what position they're in when they died. It depends on, you know, how much they had in them.
Did you ever see that picture of the dude from Pompeii who was got
Jerking
caught beating off? Yeah,
I
you
love
think he
that
had
guy.
Is that
nothing?
real though?
Yeah, it's
That's
real.
the best way to go out.
That is 1,000% real.
He just said, "Fuck."
He
it,
got
I'm gonna-"
mummified and straight jerk and mid jerk.
But he saw the ash coming to kill him. And
yeah,
he
he's
just
probably
decided
like, fuck
to
it.
rub one out real
yeah,
quick.
I'm getting this one off. That's determination. To
Louis
see
C.K.'s a descendant of that guy.
Yeah, he is.
to see Pompeii, crashing down on him, you're like, yeah, I'm bracing this John.
He was living life to the fullest for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, so what was the theme amongst anti-vaxxers and your morgue?
We got mothers and daughters. We got husbands.
Yeah,
and
that's
wives.
more what I was thinking about, the familial things. You were saying a lot of mothers and daughters, a lot of husbands and wives.
Really? So you think like COVID, like death might be like hereditary?
So we are kind of thinking that. We're thinking maybe it's like blood type. We're thinking, people tend to link it to obesity, people with diabetes, people with breathing problems, smokers.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of patterns, but it's like if you're in an anti-vaxxer family, it's unfortunately kind of likely, because it's like for me to see like a bunch of different pairs of peoples and families, like that means something.
Well, then a lot
Yeah.
of people also like when they're in COVID and they're in ICU, or they get COVID and they're in the ICU, they're like, let me get the vax. Like as soon as they get into the ICU, they're like, I'll take the vaccine. They're like, yeah, but it's too late. Like
It's
you
too
can't
late.
just get it now.
Yeah, at that
Your
point,
body's
you wouldn't want to
fighting
put
it.
So,
more
but
of
like,
it
but you're an
inside you.
anti-vaxxer. You're fighting this thing, and then you get it, and you're like, nah, give me it instead. Like I was wrong.
I didn't even move this all the way over there. I just had to fix the
That's
audio for a
okay.
second.
I appreciate
It's just
that.
you just can't help the electronics.
You care about your electronics, unlike a lot of people.
Yeah,
Nah, that's
for
nice.
real.
Are my levels too low here?
No, you're chilling. You're on the ed level. She's the
Am I
Dan.
too high? Am I breathing into it?
No,
Or
you're
is it-
good. The only thing I'd say, maybe hold the mic up a little more, but other than that, you're good. And I
Oh,
know
okay.
that your audio will be picked up. So you got a lot of familial deals coming in through the door. Who is your, I don't know, I guess you would say, who's your least favorite body type to have to work on that
I-
comes through your door dead?
I think you guys already know. You talk about it a lot. I think
The
you
fatties?
I wanted to
Ah.
ask you this. What do you do? Do you have to cut like their fat out?
No. We get extra large caskets.
I was gonna say, yeah.
You let them lose 10 pounds before, like...
Yeah. So
Yeah.
all right. So if someone dies at like 290 pounds.
And we've had above that, just so you know.
What was the heaviest?
Oh, we've had like 500.
Really?
Oh!
Do they lose weight when they die?
Wide, Paul White.
When you die, no, you actually don't.
Really?
You don't lose weight. I mean, we could really try. Which, by the way, some fun facts.
Shoo, you hear them rain sounds?
I know, this is
Illuminati.
relaxing.
This is great. This
A
is
little
great.
bit of ASMR.
This is great.
A little bit of ASMR. But
Hit
yeah,
us with the fog
honestly.
machine.
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
can put on the
shit.
fog
Hit-
machine.
hit a
We got
little
one right
fog.
here.
Wait. Should we exit the pod on the fog?
No, we might, but
We could-
let's
we
see what-
could.
let's see what it's like.
Like how
right
foggy
now.
is it gonna get in here?
I mean, it gets like where it's like Scooby Doo
Is
in the
that shit
van.
busting?
That shit goes hard. In the first minute, I tested it at my friend's
Let's
house.
get a little
Unleash
bit. Let's
it.
get a little preview.
I mean, we can't.
Wait, let's hit it.
We'll
Fuck
go
it.
out of the pod on it, but we'll get a little preview
Hold up,
of
hold
it
up,
right
hold
now.
up. Let me see if I can do it because I don't have the remote.
I'm not done with the fatty talk either.
I know.
I wanna know
You
about
guys
these
love talking
fatties.
about the fatties.
It's because they're interesting.
They are, and I mean, like I've known a few.
Oh, there we go. I see a button getting turned.
We got a button getting turned, but let's see if it's even gonna fucking do it. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be pissed. I wish I could show them how gnarly this thing
It's
is.
firing up. You can lift it up.
I don't
Yeah, can't you like? Isn't like fire machine something you can like hold up?
What was the action you did?
Like.
Pompeii, man.
Yeah,
It's so
doing
fucking
the
hot. It's like burning my hands.
Is it really?
It really is.
But it's festive.
That's like part of it. It's festive. It says fuse button fusible.
This is probably gonna blow up
Poison
right
gas.
Bro, watch this thing not even work.
Now. Nah, I smell something coming
Fucking
out of
spirit
it.
of Halloween.
There's
Fuck Spirit
definitely
Halloween.
there's definitely something coming.
Is there? Oh.
Carbon monoxide.
Everybody please take a moment. No Limit Eddie has lost consciousness.
And hit for fucking face makeup.
We're probably not gonna have a fog machine, probably because
alright.
it started torrentially raining when me and Eddie were trying to.
Oh yeah, horrible.
You probably hear it right now.
You could probably
Picking
hear
back
it.
up.
But yo,
And this is light for what it was.
I could not grab anything.
this is the first day in the new No Limit set. We can't expect everything to go off without a hitch.
This
And
is,
we've had many hitches.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, before we move on with the Mortician talk, let's take a minute to just look around the new set real quick.
It's beautiful.
What's new?
Instant Beef were definitely stayed.
We got some classics.
Last
Yeah, we
year's
got some
Halloween
classics.
costume. We
What-
got the new Sixer sign and No Limit painting right
That's
there.
the OG drawing.
I
want
to know who did that.
I did.
Any
You did
mold
that?
did that.
Yeah, I did that.
Did you guys know that? I did
I
not
don't
know
think
that.
they
I don't
did.
think
So
it was
I
ever
gave that. We
advertised.
gave
I'll
that
get that
to.
tatted on my dick.
That's a lot to put on
We,
it.
that is a lot.
That's a wraparound.
Where do you put my face?
You know I got the joint that's 2 cans, right?
Yeah, we gave that to my friend. I drew that up. I gave it to our friend Chris, and I was like, "Yo, Chris, make our podcast art this.
And you did.
Give us a cool color in the background." I kind of wanted the kaleidoscope to get my vision, but I don't know. The
But then we
That's
went with the
cool.
purple.
yeah, the
color,
purple's dope.
That's cool.
I think the purple looks cool.
I think
Do
it's cool.
people come in purple when they're dead?
They do.
I'm not done with the fat people.
All right, yeah. We're gonna get into fat people.
done with the
I want to tell you guys
fads.
all
So
about the
they
shit
get
I've seen.
extra large caskets,
They do have extra large caskets.
and it costs more, don't it?
It does.
That's such an insult. Like even on the way out, like your fat's still costing you.
It's fucked up. And, you know, it costs more to embalm. You know, clothing for fat people costs more.
What's the embalming process?
Yeah, we were getting
Are you
into
guys
this a little
ready?
bit. I'm ready.
Yeah,
for
I'm
this.
ready because
No
I
one
know
knows about
absolutely.
it.
I'm such a novice.
First of all,
with this
go
shit.
into a little bit before you talk about the process of embalming. Just let everybody know what embalming fluid is and does.
All right, so as you guys know, it's formaldehyde. A lot of people want to roll that on their rolling papers and smoke it. Apparently,
It's
that was a
smoking
fad.
wet PCP, right?
I mean,
That's
it
what
could
that
be.
is.
I don't know. I guess
Yeah, I think that's what they call it. Smoking wet or PCP
It's wet.
is embalming fluid.
it's
yeah.
wet, and essentially what it is all your blood is replaced. All your blood is replaced with embalming fluid.
Mm-hmm.
We drain the blood out. It's like surgery, but you can't really lose. It's not like you're gonna lose your patient. And
How long does it take to drain somebody's blood?
it takes like at least 30 minutes.
Oh wow, I thought it was more than that. I guess that's still kind of long though. Like just continuously drain blood out of somebody.
It can be long. If people got clots, like little skinny old white ladies, they can have like really calcified veins. Which is probably why they died. And for
Yeah.
fat people, especially, they're not as hard to embalm as you think. It's mostly fatty tissue, like whatever. We don't really need the fatty tissue to be embalmed. The hard part is we got to get all their friends and family to help them move us. I mean, help us move them out.
Did they
of
ever
the house.
refuse? Like I'm not touching him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's me. I weigh like 115 soaking wet.
Yeah.
You're not picking nobody up.
I mean, I imagine
I've
you have to
done
have
it.
trouble with the dead weight of a normal average person.
I would like to see
I
you,
do
John
it.
Cena fireman's carry a dead body weighing 160.
Nah, like
That's where I
knock
wanna
on
be.
wood. Like God forbid I drop dead this second. Like you ain't getting me out of this room.
No, I can.
Oh, all right.
I know that's the thing. People are like, people have said to me, they're like, "You're not getting my dad out of this room. You're not getting my dad out of this room. This bitch, like, she's this girl." And I was like, and then I went upstairs and I did it. But the thing is, I don't know if it's kind of like the adrenaline where it's like a child is under a car and a mom's got to
Yeah.
lift them up. I'm just like, this step.
It'd be great if you like just like the worst way possible, drag them out by their feet down the fucking steps. Like I'm getting them out of this fucking
People
house.
do that.
Yeah.
Really?
People do the most.
Wait, you have to go in. Well, he just said house. You have to go in people's houses and do
tiny
this?
houses with really tiny steep
See,
stairs,
now-
corners. When we have a stretcher.
This job has so much more to it than I thought.
So much
That's what I'm
more than
saying.
I thought that was a
the-
separate job.
I thought the
Nope.
mortician was in the basement of a funeral home with like
Slinking.
these slots that they're pulling out with bodies inside them, and then their technology just allows for easy transition to a casket, and then you bring them to the funeral home. I didn't think you had to go in people's houses and take out huge bodies by their ankles.
I didn't know that was all part of it.
By myself, I have had to move a woman who was over 300
But is that
pounds.
because you're doing like
And you did it?
And I did it as the intern.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that because you're doing like an intern deal right now?
It's because I was
But
an
you're-
intern, just like Mary Scott.
But you're doing the embalming stuff too, right?
I'm doing it too.
Because you told me that you have to do 60 credits of anything.
Yeah, you could
Of any
be like
type of
literally
college.
in clown school, get 60
Yeah, you
credits.
could be in clown school, get 60 credits, and at the same time, simultaneously, you're allowed to be in mortician school, where you're doing basically an internship, like
Yep.
what you were doing.
Apprenticeship.
But
yeah.
while you're doing that, and especially because of the COVID hike in deaths, you were doing all the stuff that a normal mortician does.
Mhm.
Embalming, going to people's houses, taking bodies out. What else?
Birth by fire. I would also, run the funerals, so it's kind of like a wedding. One thing I want to say too is that there's funeralzillas just like bridezillas. That's all I gotta say.
Funeralzillas like bridezillas?
Just they fucking
Really?
throw
Mean.
a fit. They throw a fit if they're like, these flowers are not fucking turquoise.
My husband would be
These
telling
are
me.
cyan. I'll be like, and they'll be like, bring all the shit back. I was like, this is thousands of dollars. Like, we can't get like fucking turquoise flowers in 1 second, but they will demand it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you didn't even know her. The person who
You didn't
died.
even know her.
Yeah, it's like there's always someone like that.
That's crazy.
Has there ever been someone who showed up to the funeral and confessed their love or like admitted to an affair going
Yep.
on between them and the dead person?
More
Alright, tell
often
me
than
about
you
that.
think.
Really?
More often than you think.
Without obviously giving
Right.
names, you have like any like groundbreaking stories.
None that are groundbreaking, but,
No, but a story of that is interesting.
Like somebody
enough.
coming in and be
every
like,
mortician has a story about it.
wow.
Illegitimate children, all of that, and then
Illegitimate children.
and like people. Oh, we have fights break out.
This is a juicy ass profession that I feel like slips under the radar.
Isn't
like
it?
no one, yeah.
I fucking love it.
That's
I love
crazy.
it. You can
I
just
like
see.
join?
You can.
I'm gonna be like,
Honestly,
what the-
it's easy as hell to
Do
get into the
60
mortuary
credits of
field.
anything.
I could
Clown
lift 300
school.
pound people.
60 credits
You
at
don't even gotta be
ICP
licensed.
University.
You don't even have to be licensed. You can just work part time, be a funeral assistant, just hold doors open, all that stuff, pick people up. But you get all the juice
So
behind.
do you got any? So you got a
the whole
story
city.
of like one time that someone came and said like, I loved this man for so many years, and his wife was like, what the fuck?
Who are you?
You know what? It's a crime that I haven't seen it myself. I do have to say.
Damn.
Ooh.
I've been protected from it.
But you've heard the stories.
Oh, I've heard the stories. My God. And it's like people will fight, like women that have not seen this man for like 15 years. Like, did not give a shit about him while he was decaying, getting worse.
Yeah.
Show up at the funeral, put this whole show on, collapse in the church. Like, they put shows on. It's really entertaining.
Collapse in the church.
And like haven't seen them for like 15 years.
They don't give a fuck about him.
That's crazy. They just want to make a scene to make it about them.
Exactly.
That's why.
I've experienced that. And we call them casket crawlers. They get, like, they hop into the casket.
Oh my God, you've seen that? You've seen someone
I've
hop in
seen
a
that.
casket.
Yes. And, people who want you to hold up the whole funeral because they're like, I'm coming late. Don't close that casket. Don't close that casket. I was like, we got, like, the whole family here.
I've been at a funeral where somebody was like, no.
Yeah, they refuse it.
I have been.
You've been there.
Yeah, like I've seen it. I was like,
They
oh.
won't let him close it.
I was like, yo, she's going off.
Somebody get her a little bit of morphine or something.
Yeah, no, like in the church.
Morphine.
A little something. I don't know.
See, you're getting into
Klonopin,
that.
I
We
don't
got
know.
into this a little bit in our pre-pod conversation. You're into that crazy shit. Other than just being a mortician, a good descriptor of you is that you're into that crazy shit. Like your suggestion for this woman was morphine, no weed, not even a little.
I
not
don't
even
think
a
we
little
would
morphine
help her.
drip. Going right to the morphine drip.
I don't think we would help her. I think that she needs some sort of tranquilizers, like Gorilla Pod.
Yeah, ain't no
Now,
ain't no
you might
joint
not
gonna
want to
calm
answer
her
this,
down.
but have you ever given yourself morphine?
No.
Right.
I have not. 'Cause I don't have access to morphine. I wish I did.
So
Not that I would use it.
So fat people, huh?
Fat
They
people, we
die.
get like 3 or 6 dudes. We get the family to try to help us, and even then.
I feel like you're like a new age mortician. Like if
I'm
you
a
think
new
of like
age.
a mortician from way back in the day, like the 90s, I would imagine like an older guy.
Mortimer.
He lives alone, and he's just down there, and
I
he's
think
just
of, like,
being like
Lurch.
He's just he's a lurch. He's just being kind of a creep, like
Yeah.
kind of cockroach mentality.
His name is Chives. Yeah.
Chives.
Yeah, Chives.
But now you're like this young lady, and you just got this mysterious mystique about you, and you're entering
Thank
into
you,
the
mysterious
mortician
mystique.
world.
Mysterious mystique,
But
everybody.
you guys,
heard it
but
here.
you like you're getting your elbows like you're getting like you're
I'm
getting
getting in that
dirty.
shit.
Yeah.
People are like, whoa. Like, I literally would hop in there and I'd be like, move over. I got this. And they're like, this is the worst cancer patient we've ever seen.
So
And you are like you're new to the mortician game, and you're already getting fat bodies out of houses and like running funerals. Like that's crazy.
Well, yeah,
that
I'm
comes that
proud
you
of
quit.
it.
Yeah, that's you
that's
should
like
be
paying
proud
your
of that.
dues. That's like paying your dues for that shit.
I'm proud of it. I wish I could show you guys pictures of the work
But
I've
we
done.
did say, we said what
you have
embalming
them?
fluid was, but we didn't talk
I'm not
about
supposed to. It's for my
Yeah.
coworkers and I. But
embalming.
Well, I'm
a lot
saying
of-
you have them. You
I do
yeah.
have them because you have to show your coworkers sometime. You're like, yo, this isn't working. Like, what should I do? Or what do you think if we present her like this for the funeral? What do you think? So we do take pictures sometimes, and we don't publish them, of course. We have to
No.
get permission from the family. But I do have pictures, and I'm really proud of everything that I've done. I've made people look fucking incredible. Like, people are like, is she still alive? Is she still breathing? And I'm like, no. But she looks hot, right?
Damn, I gotta get to one of your funerals. Every time I go to the funeral, I'm like, they look terrible.
Don't they?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm tired of that. I really want people to have autonomy too. When they die, I want them to be able to do whatever they want. If they want to look like a vampire that has like a stake in their heart and they're like, ugh, like I want them to be able to do that. That's
I
their
wonder
right.
how
I want you to get real gruesome with us though, and
Sure.
tell us about the embalming process, because we talked about the fluid, but
Yes.
tell us about the cutting the neck open and that whole deal.
Absolutely. I can tell you guys the most common way that we embalm people. Most people don't know this. Most people don't want to know about it.
Myself included.
Yeah, are
I'm
you
ready
ready?
to learn.
All right. So the first thing that we do is when we take somebody into our care, we, give them a little bath, trim their nails, make their hair look good.
I actually
And-
need my nails clipped.
We
You want to die?
If you
kill
die,
me.
I can do it for
Kill
you.
me right here, she'll start clipping my nails.
Probably.
She'll get you out of here.
And so what we do is we look at the person. We're like, is this person dehydrated? Is this person plump from what we call edema, which is like when water retention happens in the body. Happens a lot with people who stay in hospitals for a long time. We
Okay.
make a special mix of chemicals with the embalming fluid. The embalming fluid has to be very specific per each individual to make them look better. It also has a little dye in it to give them like more of a natural hue. It's usually kind of a pinkish tone. It shows us if it's going throughout the body. Anyway, cut the carotid artery. That's like over here. Right here. We seen some shit with people who knew about this process that did this. Anyway, to themselves, a little grim.
Mm-hmm.
Carotid arteries located somewhere over here. So if you touch your collarbone, it's gonna be like maybe like 2 fingers up from that. And we kind of make a triangle formation. And so we got the carotid artery, and essentially what we do is drain blood from the vessel right next to it, really big vessel right next to it, and we shoot the product up into the carotid artery and replace the blood with all of that embalming fluid. It's like doing surgery, but you don't have to worry about like
Yeah, because they're dead.
Yeah,
fucking it
hurting
up. You can't make
somebody,
it
yeah.
worse.
Right.
Like somebody's already died, you can't make it worse.
And what do you do after? Just stitch up the cut?
So we do stitch up the cut. It looks pretty gnarly. But what we also do that people don't know, there's something that we use that people use in like lipo, and what it's called is a trocar. And essentially what it is a big ass needle, like this big, and it's pointed at the end. You shove it in their body, and you're getting all that juice out. All the juice from all the different, you're getting all the soft tissues, which is like all of the organs, getting all that shit out of there, because that's what causes people to bloat up. It's what causes them to get all discolored and make them fucking reek, and we don't want that to happen when the
Yeah.
family's trying to pay respect to them and recognize them. So
they won't smell anymore after this
they
process.
shouldn't.
They
They
shouldn't.
shouldn't. Sometimes they do though.
Yeah.
Some people
and
are resistant.
Now is that based off of their like hygiene and care level? Like if they're like an obese person, like, or I know I'm hating on the fat.
No,
dead.
I think
no.
dead people in general just...
Well, dead people in general smell,
stink.
but then once that process goes, once they go through this process, it's supposed to clean them up and spruce them back to life a little
Yeah.
bit, so it's
Are
presentable
people
for a
more
funeral.
stinky than others?
Oh yeah. The stinkiest person
But it all comes from the inside, right? It's not like a dead body's got BO. It's internal stuff.
Because we clean them first thing. We give them a bath first thing. But
You said the worst person you...
worst person I've had was our age. He died in a car crash. He fell asleep while driving.
Was he
really
like
beautiful
sober?
dude. Really yep.
Wow, he just fell asleep.
He just fell asleep. So that's why I'm like, be careful.
That's
Vehicles,
more dangerous. Driving tires.
Dude,
is more
I
dangerous than
was
drunk.
driving home from, well, you're from Cape May. I was driving home from Wildwood.
Oh yeah.
And it was nighttime.
It
And
gets-
I'm doing those windy roads, and I was actually, you know, like on like the side of the road where it has like the ridges, and like when you run, I was doing that, and I was dipping out. I was like, oh my, I had to call my friends and FaceTime. I said, you guys have to keep me awake right now. I'm like
Good.
really falling fucking asleep at the wheel.
That's what you need to do.
That is real, like it happens. My dad
It's
tells me
real.
stories all the time. He's driving from work, always falling asleep at the
You
wheel.
just slap yourself in the mouth.
So, so he was 25 years old, 24 years old, 26 years old, whatever the age is. And he just fell. Is it like a single car crash? Did he crash anybody else?
Nope, just him. Hit a tree. He was in a not tow truck. What is it called? Pickup.
Pickup.
He was in a pickup. Hit a tree. And something about it, like he died instantly, but his body went right to work, decaying him. And we used all these heavy chemicals, which we have heavy chemicals for people starting to decay, to slow it down. That's the whole point, is to slow it down so people can come to the funeral, say their goodbyes, travel from far away. And he just was not responding to it.
Now,
He was reeking.
somebody who dies the way he did, like, obviously he was probably going fast. You know, if he died on impact, like, it was a pretty gruesome crash.
Yeah.
Somebody who's mangled, how does the process go then?
If the
Well,
family
then it could be
really wants to
closed
see
casket,
him,
right?
it could be closed casket, and we recommend closed casket, but a lot of people refuse. They say, no, let's do it.
So, like, are they all, like, beat up and shit and the casket's open?
Yeah,
Does-
their
it-
face.
it-
If somebody gets their face chewed off by a dog, and his mom says we want to open casket, it's just going to be his face torn.
Yeah, but, like,
No, we fix it.
What do you mean
Really?
you fix it.
We fix it. We use wax. We use wax, and we put their faces back together. So it's like when you go into Madame Tussauds or, like, Ripley's, and you see all those wax figures, they
Yeah.
kind of look like that.
Do people ever, like, oh my god, he looks like real, like he looks like he did, or are they just, like, kind of, like, is it, like, sadder because it's, like, it's not even his real face?
It's both. Like, I feel like we get both. And people are like, I don't recognize them. Which, like, you shouldn't when they're dead.
Yeah,
Because, like, you change when you're dead.
yeah.
But if we try our best to make it look like they
It always
did.
has, like, that weird, like, they just look, like, it looks like a bizarro version of that person that you knew of when they were alive, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
looks like they're doppelganger or something.
Yeah, like their cheeks are
Bizarro.
sunken in.
I don't know what that's
Yeah,
from,
it's
but
weird.
I always say that.
Bizarro?
Bizarro.
Oh, bizarro.
When I was 13, I had a rap name named like a Bizarro, just so you know.
You
That's
can
pretty-
rap?
When I was younger.
Then why didn't you? All right,
I could come
Join
in here
the
and be like,
Insane
yo, yo,
Clown
yo,
Posse.
welcome to
do
the
a
No
No
Limit
Limit podcast rhyme.
I was going to do something.
Yo, welcome to the No Limit podcast, also known as the Boom, you go.
As the pod in the podcast.
The No
Do you know
Limit
what that
podcast,
means?
The
right?
pod in the podcast? No.
The pod in the pod.
The pawn in the
pod
pod?
in the
You got the
podcast.
pretty ass white boys. You got
And
the
it-
fat ass white girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And if we had a dog here, it'd be
I
the
was
pod
actually
and
going to
dog.
say that. I was going to say that myself, actually, but I didn't know if you would appreciate being called a pog, so I didn't want to just, like, come right out with that.
No, it's alright. I identify as that.
Yeah, so
Pogs.
this is a pog.
Even if it's not
is.
real, it's problematic too. Like people
You
on Twitter
know.
come at me.
Doesn't matter, but a self-proclaimed pog is just as good as a regular pog,
That's what I'm saying,
and
it's
you know
not
that if any ball was gonna have a woman on this podcast first time ever, it was gonna be a pog.
It's self-proclaimed.
I deliver on all promises, every single one. I bring paws to the studio.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I mean if there's a Miss No Limit, no doubt she's a pog.
Miss No Limit will be a pog for sure.
Wait, so
All every time.
we also got into one more thing in our pre-pod conversation that I want to
Anything.
touch on.
Wait, I feel like we just missed something too.
No, we didn't miss anything.
Did we?
She finished the embalming talk, how you embalm. We went over the worst person she's seen. Were you
No,
talking?
actually, I
Did we
do have
cut
an
you off?
interesting story.
Wait,
About-
no, I wanted to, like, people who were like, what if, like, have you ever gotten a body that was just, like, unrepairable?
Yep.
What do you do?
Closed casket.
Closed casket or cremation. So what we did? No, actually, we did. So there's this thing that we
But
do.
people get cremated after they have open casket funerals too.
They do. They
Oh,
got
I
an
know
option.
that.
You can bury them or you can cremate them. So we also do something called IDs. So if this person was ever in the ME's office, the coroner's office, in a hospital, it changes a lot of hands. People have been gotten mixed up before. So we have to show the family a picture of the dead person or they got to come in person. It's called an
Wow.
ID. So we had one of the worst cases we've ever had. This guy, and I don't know how much I can get into it. I mean, I don't work for this place
Yeah, you won't be
anymore.
saying his name.
Yeah,
like,
I'll be saying his name.
People die every day.
This guy ran a restaurant. Something about it. The pressure got to him, and he shot himself in the hot tub. He was in there for like at least 24 hours.
So he shot his head, and his head's fucked up, and
With a pistol.
His body boiled.
His body literally boiled. He looked exactly like a zombie, like you would see. And this is what makes me think: how do special effects artists know what dead people look like accurately?
Because they kill them in Hollywood.
Maybe they just get a little mortician friend like you and go in there.
And I'd be like,
office, check out the bodies, do a little research.
No, they definitely killed them.
That's the only reasonable explanation, because if they kill him, because like also they get like the dismemberment and shit. Like it's like, how do they get the dismemberment stuff? We're not allowed to dismember people.
They killed them.
They kill them.
We just proved it.
You heard it here.
First studio revelation.
I think about it.
Now, he like. Is this someone you dealt with?
This is someone I dealt with personally.
Did you get them? Like, did you go and get their body?
I did not go and get their body. My coworkers did. Actually, we had a bunch of older dudes. So people who worked part-time, they're like 80 years old. They had like Parkinson's. They went out and got these bodies for us at like 2 a.m. Fucking love those guys.
They picked up a fucking dude out of a hot tub that shot himself in the head.
The ME cleared
Imagine
it.
you go to pick him up and like, you got gloves on, but you go to pick him up and his skin is just like running down your fingers.
Nah,
They call that skin slip.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were gonna go like, oh, kill me, like he's still alive. Could you imagine that?
What would you do?
I would. You would have to kill him.
Mercy kill?
Nah. What if you're just like,
If
nah,
the dude's
dude?
skin is melting off him and you know he's got no chance.
I'm taking you to the Channel 6 News right now. You're Jesus Christ.
Would you get that Alec Baldwin teardrop tattoo?
Oh, was it too soon? Nah, Alec Baldwin, straight shooter.
I don't know what happened with
His
him.
aim is. I don't either. I really.
Alec
trust
Baldwin is nasty with
I'll
a 6-shooter.
I don't
That's
know
all I
enough.
know.
I don't know enough.
You're
Nah, he
kidding.
was shooting a Western. There was a prop gun. They yelled "cold gun" and they're in the fucking Robin Williams. Shout out. Alec Baldwin just shot the gun and just killed somebody.
So it was one time, not two, right?
Yeah, like they said that Alec Baldwin was like, I'm killing this person, and they shot them. I don't know if that's true either.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know if it's 2 shots or 1. It's not clear. We don't know
Yeah.
the truth. It's honestly is it getting covered up?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Instant beef. Instant beef.
Is it with Alec or the prop master?
I think we just have instant beef with prop guns. R.I.P. Brandon Lee. You know,
I know.
son
Hopefully.
of.
And
Famous
the
actor Bruce
girl,
Lee.
I'm missing her name. I've been sitting here trying to think
Who?
about it.
Oh,
but
the girl
he
who
killed
got
a girl.
killed.
Oh, he killed like a set person though.
She was
Who the
gorgeous.
fuck's Brandon Lee?
He was the Crow.
Oh my God, he was Bruce Lee's son.
Why'd you say R.I.P. to him?
Because he got shot with a prop gun in the filming of The Crow. Yeah.
Damn.
He died literally making
And
The Crow.
That was probably a
fucking
setup.
cool. The Crow
Probably
was
was.
the inspiration for the Joker with what's his name?
Heath Ledger?
Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
They're the same character. Anyway.
Kind of same face paint too. Like
Who do you
white
Yeah,
like
dude.
better,
little fun
the
fact.
Heath Ledger Joker or Joaquin Phoenix Joker?
Heath Ledger.
I was gonna say Heath Ledger.
He died for
He's
that
the best one. It does there's a little bit added to his performance because he died after and there's like mystique around that, but I think he's the best one.
I think
Someone also died on the set of that.
shout
movie?
out Jack Nicholson. He gets forgotten about.
He does.
He did a great performance in Joker. His is a little more like campy. But Heath Ledger, like specifically, he has many scenes in that movie. I know this is kind of go off on a tangent, but when he crashes the dinner party and he takes the drink off the person and like throws it behind his back and then like that shit's just good. But he throws the drink behind his back, then takes a sip of it. You know, like that
love
shit
that
like
shit.
that is just like so fucking cool. He does it like in one motion, like small throwaway piece.
I love it.
But yeah, that's awesome.
You know it's a fucking terrible movie? Halloween Kills.
Oh, dude.
So I haven't heard.
She hasn't seen it, and actually she hasn't seen Halloween in general, the series.
And I lived on Crystal
But
Lake.
you know who Michael Myers. You
Oh,
lived on
you're-
Crystal Lake?
I did not the one from the movie, but I lived on a Crystal
Oh,
Lake.
so you do know about the movie.
I
That's
thought
Jason.
Yeah.
I
right?
thought when you said
No,
that.
that's Jason though.
Yeah,
Crystal
I
Lake.
thought
Never
when
mind,
you
my bad, I
I
don't
thought
know.
when
it's all
you
good, though.
said
That is-
I
that
thought
is
when
cool
you
that live in
said
Crystal Lake.
Most morticians watch every horror movie, though. Fun fact.
because I guess
just
like the
didn't get into
stereotype
that?
is that they're all like
Never.
sick, twisted people, right?
The stereotype is that we're so numb to it, it becomes funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing scares us.
Does that happen? Like you ever like embalming a fat dude and like look how fat this fuck is?
I I embalm people, and I am just like, you're no angel.
You were no angel.
Yeah, I'm like.
That's so
You were
hardcore.
no angel.
I love that. That's
See,
great.
that's the thing about Americans, about like Christian stuff. Everybody's like, oh, when you die, like you can't say shit about them.
No.
That's so stupid.
No.
Everybody fucks up.
Yeah.
In Jewish religion, the rabbis, when they're doing their sermon, that kind of like Christian people do, they say like, yo, this person fucked up a lot in their life.
I can honestly say that if I died today,
Yeah.
that a lot of people would talk shit on me tomorrow. Like, regardless.
Right,
Like, there'd
and
be a
it's
lot of
just
people
part
sad,
of
and a lot
it.
of people would, like, gas off
They're
and be
like,
like, oh my
"Thank God
god, that was my
motherfucker."
boy, and I haven't talked to me in
Everybody
15
will watch
years.
this episode
Thank
of
God
the
I'm
podcast.
a-
Everybody would watch this
God.
episode of the podcast. That'd be great. They'd just see me in my face paint. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, there'd be so many people who were like, fuck him, he was a shithead anyway. He was a fucking dick.
Dude, did I mess
Right.
mine up bad?
What?
I messed yours up.
You did? Oh, I did.
No,
left
I
a
think
little
it's
bit on the
great.
thing.
Oh, you got it on there? How'd you do
Yeah, I
that?
accidentally leaned in.
You're just like.
We're gonna sell this on eBay for like
Yeah.
$3,000
No limit Eddie face painted tripod.
in like a year.
Rule 34.
I can't believe you lived on Crystal Lake. That's fucking insane.
When you said that, I
Everything
thought that you were
about
gonna be
was
like, I
just
thought you meant like you were a Friday the 13th
dark,
fan.
like
No.
horror.
No.
That's your whole vibe.
See, I just watched Frankenhooker. I just watched the Poughkeepsie Takes thanks to your brother Mike.
Hey, shout out.
Shout out to Mike.
Shout
Never
out
been on
Twisty.
here.
So what's the Poughkeepsie
He's got
Tapes?
brothers.
I do have brothers.
Poughkeepsie Takes is, you guys can make what you want of it, but it's like a documentary series about this guy who became progressively more and more fucked up and bold. That was Zero Color. That shit fucks you up. I'm just gonna say watch it. Watch it. If
What's
you
it
guys
called?
are watching. The Poughkeepsie Tapes. It's named after Poughkeepsie, New York. It's fucking ranty.
Now you've also
Yeah, it sounds like
ventured
something my
on.
brother's
You've
into.
also ventured onto a
No, he loved
website.
it.
Yeah.
A website that you can find some pretty crazy shit
Oh
too. You
yeah,
want to talk
I mean,
about
there's,
that?
there's plenty of people. I'm sure people watching this know about documenting reality. I mean, there's Reddit's morbid reality, which often.
Now you
links
said you
to
find
it.
these things on Reddit. Are you also finding them on 4chan, which is like a deeper Reddit? No?
I don't go on 4chan. I don't fuck with 4chan.
I'm glad.
4chan, I think, is the worst thing that's ever happened to modern society.
Do you
Too many
remember?
lies on there.
Do you remember the days of Rotten.com?
Of course,
Rotten.com is tight.
it's not Rotten Tomatoes. We're talking about Rotten.com.
Rotten.com, an OG website. That
So,
was like a primitive
documenting
site.
reality
Watch
is just
people
something
die
where you
was the
can
thing.
you can find any video, including
You can find
sick,
a lot.
gruesome videos.
You can find like pictures of dead bodies of like mass shooters. Like you can find all the info.
So now that you've been like I'm gonna say like so accustomed because you've only been in it for like a year and a half.
But the thing is, since I started, I've been numb to it.
Right, but like
I'm
now
one of
are
those
you
people.
like are you like completely not like is there anything that like still like is jarring to you to see?
So I cry every funeral a little bit because I'm like, this was a person. This was like a whole life. This was somebody who learned how to ride their bike, scrape their
Damn,
knees.
acting all hard and then you cry
I know, I'm
at
like-
every funeral.
I'm like, I can live this body,
There's not
but
even
at
one
the funeral, like,
scumbag that isn't worth a single tear.
I remember bringing her down the steps by
I
her
remember
feet.
bringing her down the steps and I saw her picture that she drew in 4th grade. Like, it really gets to me. But at the same time, I forget what the question was.
Oh, does anything
No,
at
does
this
anything,
point like
get to you still?
yeah, like oh my god, that's
people
fucking
my age,
gruesome.
or people that look like my family.
Um,
People who look like people I know, it fucks with me so hard because I'm like,
Yeah, or like most of the people who like die our age, like is it all like overdoses and stuff like that
Nope.
kind? No.
it's freak accidents, my man.
Really?
And that's what I hate about it.
You know what I know?
Don't
What,
drive a car.
dude, you know what freaks me out about that is that the amount of times where I've legitimately almost really died off of a freak fucking accident.
I was gonna say you had like the other week you had a almost near death accident.
Did I really?
Or something. I don't know. Your brother was like, "Yo, I keep telling him to drive safe. I keep yelling."
Oh, and you know what? Fuck him, because he blamed that on me. And
It was
didn't know
somebody
the
else?
story at all. Some
Wow.
dude blew a red light and almost crushed me at like 70
Oh my
miles per
God.
hour and like killed me.
And
Like
he's like, "Stop being reckless."
the only reason I didn't
Blowing him
die
up.
was because I was at a red light and it went green. But I go to work early in the morning, right?
Yeah, when was this at? Where was it?
This was in Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. So I'm outside of a gas station. I had like 20 minutes before work. I left my house early.
That's far.
So I'm like, oh, cool, I'm going to turn in and get gas. I get gas. So after I pull my gas, I go into the street, and it's a red light. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm changing my music, all right? I'm changing my song.
I do that, yeah.
And it turned green. It's 5
Were you putting on that Say the Baby
No,
song?
it's like 6:08 in the morning. It's fucking pitch black. No one's out yet. So like, there's no one behind me. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this
Can I
green
just
light.
know what kind of music you're listening to?
It was probably like Nookie by Limp Bizkit.
Can you imagine listening to Nookie by Limp
Nookie
Bizkit
by
when you
Limp
fucking
Bizkit.
die?
It was probably something
I
stupid.
don't even know what the song is. It just sounds like crap.
I just want to hear that bass line in the beginning.
He's like-
Can
Can you imagine if you died to that? Would you be comfortable with that?
I picture myself like head on the steering wheel with like I don't know what a Nookie like that.
I'm not even a fan of Beck, but I listen to "I'm a Loser, Baby," so why
That's a
don't you
great
kill
song.
me? It's pretty good.
I've been bumping that
White
a lot.
people love it, and so I got T-boned and got a concussion when he said, "I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me?" T-boned.
Really?
Yep, that would have been what I went out to, but I kind of don't want to.
Oh, but anyway, so
yeah.
the light was red. Am I sweating bad?
I thought
No.
you already talked about this.
Because I keep like touching my face and there's like extra.
You did
paint.
wipe it a little bit.
No, you're good.
We'll be wrapping
Oh.
up soon. Though.
No,
You're not
Don't worry,
smeared.
pal.
So yeah, like I said, like it was the light turned green, but since it's so early in the morning, no one was behind me. Like I was like, fuck it, like there's no rush.
It was like Summer's Rising.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'm changing the song, and I got a song, and then I started to drive, and then the dude went, whoom, like right in front of me, but blew a red light. He completely blew a red light. Like I was about to go through my green light.
Hate
If I
that.
didn't stop to change that song, I would not be here right now, and this would be a sadder podcast. Limp Bizkit saved my life. Shout out Fred Durst.
And the Insane Clown Posse saved my life
Limp Bizkit saved his
How
life.
so?
because I don't know. I wanted to kill myself earlier.
Just today,
So it's
that
good.
rain.
So you said we're gonna wrap it
Rain.
up. I like that. I have notes.
Yeah, do we have topics today?
No. It was mainly just your mortician skills. My notes were embalming fat people, paranormal activity, and
Oh.
anyone who suffered a brutal death. So we covered two of those topics.
Well, yeah. What was the second one?
Paranormal activity.
I can skim through this really quick. Dead people would not haunt funeral homes. You take care of them and make them look good.
Okay.
Okay.
Period.
Feel that. One thing I want from you before we wrap up here, and you don't have to. I don't want to put you on the spot. But if you have such a compelling instant beef that you really can't stand, we will put it right here on this board as our first guest, instant beef.
Listen, I don't know if anybody's going to relate to this.
Oh, so she's
Every-
got one.
I got a unique one. I've been thinking about it.
Interesting.
So the second I go out to a supermarket, if people are fucking close to me at a supermarket, I get irate.
Just in a supermarket.
If they don't notice, if they're not paying attention to things around them, and I'm like holding my cart and I'm like ready to go. This happens to me like 3 times a week. If I'm holding my cart and I'm waiting to go, I'm like, excuse me, or somebody's like standing this close to me, I'm ready to flip
I
out.
think
I'm
that.
I don't do it.
I'm gonna
No,
label
I
these
think that-
people supermarket psychos.
I
They
think
really
that you
are.
should just put anyone in anybody in a supermarket.
Who else am I thinking of?
Anyone in a supermarket at all. Dude, you can't
Not even
write it. I don't write
supermarkets.
it.
Any single store. When people are near me, I get mad.
Just put everyone.
Literally instant beef with every fucking person.
Every shopper.
Shopping.
Psychos.
Shopping psychos, but I do have instant beef with like pretty much everybody. I get instant beef also with like
Fat people.
people who are like trying to force me to go on a date with them. I'm not gonna go.
Ooh, that is in the realm of not here for hookup on Tinder.
Now-
Yes. I hate that
We ain't
shit.
trying to
When
go
you
on a
guys
date,
talked
we're
about
just trying to
that,
clap cheeks.
whenever people
And
are
that's
like
been-
that, psychotic.
What?
Psychotic. Not for here for hookup on Tinder. What are you doing?
Thank you. And a woman
It
has said
is.
it now. You can't even call us sexist.
You can't make. Yeah, it's real. Why are you on there?
No.
Trying to find love. Like, there's so many options.
Go find love at the coffee shop
Yeah,
or the library.
Whatever the fuck you go to.
The supermarket.
So other than shopping psychos as your instant beef, anything else you want to just let the people know?
Let people know.
You want to let the people hear about?
I think people who don't think they have control over their problems.
They
Instant
do.
beef.
Instant beef with people who don't think they have control over their problems. All right,
Right.
we're gonna need a new board.
Just put
Yeah,
just put any bowl on the board.
People will be like, dude, I don't know. Every
Bro,
single
I'm
fucking
getting paid
Saturday and
myself
Sunday,
heavy.
I don't do shit. And I'm like, you're holding yourself back. No
It
one
is
else is
gonna-
holding you down.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be fucking hilarious if I get pulled over on the way home with this face makeup on. So that being said,
Just tell me you know me.
that's been it for episode 51 of the No Limit Podcast. Number 1 from this brand new set. We'd like to take a second and thank Mare, our first female guest,
Yeah.
our first pulled queen that has ever graced the No Limit
The
stage.
merciless wench.
Mm-hmm.
What a Halloween episode. You heard about scarier shit than you ever seen, especially in Halloween Kills.
Oh, fuck that movie.
Fuck Halloween
I'm
Kills.
gonna try to watch it.
I want you to watch it. Please watch it and report back.
I want to take it
As
off streaming
Mortician.
services, and that's it.
You're gonna boycott it. Alright.
Peace
Thanks
out.
for listening, everyone. That's been it for the No Limit Podcast, episode 51.
Stay
Peace.
feral.
Love yous.